can't see my screen share because I don't want you to see my password because I've already been framed for bullshit and whatever else. So okay, there should be a little bit of feedback there, but whatever. Still thinking about jingling my asshole, big boy. Let me just double check just to make sure. Sorry. Does that mean I'm gonna forgive you? No. Okay, but they closed the ticket from automatic, but they didn't understand that in the process page that there was the exploit there anyway. You're stupid. It doesn't make sense. Why did you close the ticket? I'm gonna reopen it and tell you that even though I don't care about any reward money for that the exploit still exists. You're stupid. Why did you close the ticket? You're stupid. You're dumb. The exploit still exists, retard. Whatever. I don't care about any reward money. All I care about is that they fix the exploit. You're stupid. Well, at least, even if automatic in terms of their contracting with WordPress is not going to deal with it. Hopefully, at least WordPress deals with it because I don't want people to hack into my fucking account with that stupid exploit. Stupid. Gotta remember to do that. But then if automatic is gonna close it again, then whatever. I'll just make sure that I email WordPress again. But that's a stupid exploit because in the fucking string literal that they give you, it's a fixed set of character string literals in terms of the string literal characters that basically lets you try and reverse engineer at least some sort of algorithmic generation for the string literal as to how it's being generated. So that's a form of information that's unnecessary. So you can just tell people, listen, we're going to send you a message to your SMS and that's it. So what happens is if you tell people something like that, you're giving them the exact string literal character length, or at least something approximate to it in terms of some information that could have been innocuously removed on WordPress's behalf to remove the vulnerability exploit. So that's already a given within and of itself. But I don't know their exact subroutine or whatever else, so on and so forth. But you're stupid for closing the ticket. I don't care about any reward money, but you're stupid because the exploit still exists. You're stupid. Now you're stupid, but then WordPress hasn't responded, but Automatic did for the reward bounty, but there was none for that one. But I don't particularly care. But you shouldn't have closed it because the exploit still exists. You're stupid. fucking tired. When did I even go to sleep last night? I don't even fucking remember. Are you still gonna give me some fucking bullshit about not being able to find this fucking page for the assessment? I wouldn't doubt it if Zuckerberg's a fucking faggot loser and he paid people like $10 or whatever to contract everybody in New Jersey or fucking around the world to not hire me. That's still not gonna work because you're in the middle of a worldwide rapicide, genocide, nanotechnology genocide anyway. That's not my fault, so that's still not gonna work by taking it out on me. An unknown error occurred yet again. Oh yes, but for everyone else, presumably, that unknown error doesn't occur. You know, I need to understand dying on Earth, and everyone's gonna have harems. Don't worry, it's okay. I just took a screenshot on my phone. It's okay, honey. I know, very, very worried, honey. It's okay, honey. You know, I can put the whatchamacallit here, the fucking, the layer here so you don't see my password. Why do I hide that? Because I don't want you to access my stuff and then frame me and then also violate my human rights for my expectation of privacy and whatever else. But I'll tell you what, if you think that I'm not being, public and clear and evident and not deceitful about my life, why don't you tell everybody your bank account information, your username and password, and tell everybody about your life while you're going to try and take shots at me duplicitously, subconsciously, but you won't even say it to my face. Tell me more about that. Still thinking about jingling my asshole, big boy? Bloody Monday? Really? That's weird. What? That's strange. Really? Okay, whatever. Let's add something anti-Semitic too. Just for good measure. It needs to be very anti-Semitic. Let's add something extremely anti-Semitic for good measure as well. Something like that. And maybe one more for good measure. That's something very anti-Semitic. I think this would be a good job for me your friendly neighborhood, John Lacheras, your friendly neighborhood druggist, pharmacy technician. And if you don't think I have proof, you can go on johnclacheras.wordpress.com. Hey, you alright? What's up, dog? What's up, dog? You need to, whenever they ask for attachments like that, you need to make sure you add quite a lot of anti-Semitic photos and documents. And say, listen, I think the unknown error is because Mark Zuckerberg wants me to be a sword swallowing, a semen, sword slashing, whatever. Slash buckler. I'm not interested. I'm just interested in the pharmacy technician position, not the sword swallowing, swashbuckling. Sword slashing. You gotta make sure that when no errors like that happen to you, especially after, fucking almost your entire lifetime of unknown errors like that, make sure you had a little anti-Semitic documentation. I was like, you know what? I think we found out what the error was. Listen, I'm not interested in being a sword slashing, swashbuckling, semen swallowing, sword swallower. I'm not interested, Mark. I think I found out what the unknown error was all these years. That's a lot of unknown errors, which is why I had to upload some some supporting referential documentation as to why that was the case. So don't worry, it's not unjustified anti-Semitism that's supporting referential documentation about a lot of unknown errors about sword swallowing, slash buckling, semen skeet shooting. Oh man. It was quite a lot of unknown errors. I think that's the reason. So I needed to put a little supporting documentation. And you saw that around the live stream. There was a lot of unknown errors, a lot of them. And I think it's been years of unknown errors just like those. I'm not interested in all of that. Sword swallowing, ski shooting. Sword swashbuckling, sword slashing. Why do we have to resort to all of this Semitism? No more semen wars. It's a lot of too much skeet shooting, sword slashing, sword swallowing. I think I found the cost of the unknown. But see, it's important to put, like I said, and I don't want to belabor the point for too long. It's good to put some supporting referential documentation as to why that's the case. So you do that. If there's like a lot of unknown errors like that are happening to me, like in my life, make sure you put supporting documentation, just like that, just to make sure, just to double check, double and triple check. I'm not interested in all of that skeet shooting, sword swallowing, slash buckling, sword slashing. I'm not interested. So sorry. Alright, so concerning that, then yes, I guess I'm very anti-Semitic. And they tried to reverse transcribe that into me. We already talked about this. I'm not interested in sword swashbuckling, sword slashing, skeet shooting, sword swallowing, whatever else, whatever the fuck else I said. Steven swallowing, I'm not interested, so I'm sorry. So yes, I guess concerning that, I'm very anti-Semitic. But if you're interested, maybe you could learn more about that in seminary school. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in all of that stuff, etc., etc. I don't want to belabor the point for too long. I'm not interested in that too much. Hello, honey. What's up, dog? And listen, you know that I'm a good boy, right? Listen, if you want to do some skeet shooting with your best friend and sword swashbuckling or whatever, and sword swallowing, I really do not care. Because even since I was a little child, it was already a given to me that if that's voluntary and consensual with you and somebody else, it's really none of my business. But the problem is, for years they tried to reverse transcribe that into me, like they're like a scribe, I don't know what first alliterative can I use there for anti-Semitism for scribing. They tried to reverse transcribe scribing or whatever Semitism into me. I'm not interested. But if you do that with your best friend, I still don't care. I have a life to live. Can you stop trying to force me to? And I think a lot of, sword swallowing, buckling, etc., kind of people, I don't think they can do that 24 hours a day anyway. They'd probably be fucking infuriated like me and belligerent like hell if people were trying to force them to do that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I think they'd feel the same way. Sword swallowing, buckling, skeet shooting. Yeah, you're right. Did you eat something outside? I think you did, didn't you? She keeps hunting. She keeps hunting like crazy. Look at that baby. Look at the baby. Look at the puppy. Look at the baby. She's just a baby. Semen swallowing, buckling, sword slashing. She's just a baby. Oh, you want me to stop bothering Mark Zuckerberg? Well, the feelings likewise on my behalf. Because all you do is dream about one day doing some sword slashing, etc., etc. You're a loser, faggot. You're bothering yourself. We already discussed this. I don't know why, but that wasn't my fault. That was your fault. I'm not bothering you. You're the one who started with me, and so on and so forth. You're a loser. Still thinking about doing my asshole, big boy? This motherfucker, bro. Sorry, I need to see the value of the whatchamacallit, the filters again. Because I knew that he was malicious as fuck. He poisoned me with strychnine before. I was poisoned with hydrogen and cyanide too. That happened too. Yep. He's a malicious piece of shit. And these are pretty good because these ones and the other vendors too that sell these replacement filters, these are supposed to be for each particular filter for me until I can get some money to help my dad, fix the house and whatever else and get the piping nice and good to reduce the TDS levels of total dissolved solids and have some stage filters actually on the taps themselves. These ones are actually highly reliable, and I bought from this vendor and other vendors before. There was actually a few other vendors with better pricing, but they were out of stock. But this one is pretty good too for the 4 count, and they have other counts too that are good for the amortization thereof. But each of these filters is supposed to last me 2 weeks. It's already been like 14 days or whatever. How many days? Let me see. I forgot. So today's the 3rd, so that's 7 weeks. 7 days, I'm sorry. Sorry, 11 days. So I was off by 3 days. So it's only been 11 days, and I've already been through 3 of the filters. I already know what the deal is with you. Mark Zuckerberg is a fucking malicious piece of shit, and he always does this shit. The guy fucking literally poisoned me with fucking strychnine when I ordered Delta 8 THC carts from fucking $10 carts. I was lucky that I even fucking survived, you motherfucker. And I knew that you poisoned me with strychnine, and the fucking FBI didn't even do anything. I'm gonna call the municipality there where they operate $10 carts in Wisconsin or whatever it is, or Washington State, and I'm gonna tell them that I have proof that you poisoned me with strychnine. I should have done that years ago, but I haven't been in the right state of mind, and I was fucking projectile vomiting like crazy, and I had to counter it in terms of my understanding of how to use acetylcholinesterase inhibitors to prevent what was happening to me in terms of my understanding of neuroscience and whatever else in pharmacology. And I was fucking projectile vomiting, and I was spasming, and I had to counteract it very quickly because you had fucking poisoned me with strychnine. The fucking name of the cart from $10 carts was literally named Agent Orange, and it was a special flavor. And I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I was like, "Okay, whatever. It's probably the different terpene contents and whatever else." But it was literally strychnine, and I had proof that it was strychnine, and the FBI didn't do anything. And you had poisoned me with strychnine. I took one fucking instantaneous vaporization hit, and within like 2 seconds, I started projectile vomiting like crazy and spasming, and I had to counteract it with my understanding of pharmacological neuroscience. You're a piece of shit, faggot. You're a malicious loser. No, it is true. You're a loser, faggot. You think about jingling my asshole all day and poisoning me. You're living vicariously through my dirty asshole. I know, it's very sad. I know. Yes, I know you're a loser. So why are you always thinking about jingling my asshole? Still thinking about jingling my asshole, big boy? Listen, if I'm a loser and you're supposed to be so important, we already discussed this. Why are you always thinking about my dirty asshole and my ball sack? I'm not going to forgive you. You're not going to extort mercy out of me? You're not. You're not even going to get the illusion of extorting mercy out of me. But I have a question. If you love being in my asshole so much, why can't you call me on the phone and say, listen, my name's Mark Zuckerberg. I'm a very important man, and I need to jingle your asshole and rim job your asshole. Still thinking about about jingling my asshole, big boy? If that doesn't make sense and you're very important, then why are you spending your entire life, if you're supposed to be Mr. Big Shot, important big businessman or whatever else, thinking about jingling my asshole and giving me rim jobs? Still thinking about jingling my asshole, big boy? Are you still thinking about jingling my asshole, big boy? Listen, I'm just some random guy from Jersey City. Why are you so obsessed with thinking that you're gonna one day give me a rim job and jingle my balls sack in my asshole? Still thinking about jingling my asshole, big boy? I know it's not gonna work. You're gonna have to come here and fucking open my asshole nice and wide and give me the fucking rim job you always wanted and jingle my ball sack. I'm fucking hilarious, bro. You're gonna have to come here and open my asshole nice and wide and give me the rim job you always wanted and jingle my fucking big sack, big boy. Come on, big boy. You're a big boy now, aren't you? What's the hold-up problem? What's taking so long? If you want to fucking rim job my asshole and jiggle my big ball sack, then come here and get it, big boy. Come here, right here. You're always thinking about it, right? We already discussed this. I'm some random guy from Jersey City. Why is Mark Zuckerberg always obsessed with thinking that he's going to give me a rim job and play with my big ball sack? You're not gonna get mercy, Anthony. You're gonna keep asking me for mercy, and you think you're gonna keep going to me for mercy. You're not gonna get jack shit. I already explained it to you. If you're a big boy, you're gonna have to come here and open my asshole nice and wide and give me a nice rim job like you always wanted and play with my big ball sack and my big cock. Okay, if you know, then what's the holdup problem? If you're a big boy and you wanted me to if you want to give me a rim job this entire time and jingle my big ball sack and suck my big cock, why couldn't you come here and do it, big boy? I'm not gonna forgive you. We already discussed this. If you think that I can't not forgive you, if you were supposed to be a big boy this entire time and you wanted to rim job my asshole and fucking suck my big cock and play with my big ball sack, why couldn't you do it for 31 years, big boy? It's already a given. They had tried to reverse transcribe homosexuality and pansexuality into me, and they're trying to do MK Ultra shit to make me enjoy sodomy or whatever else. I'm not interested. So you can just go live your life. I like fucking women. I only like fucking women. I don't want to fuck a man or a transsexual or whatever else. So no. If I have free will, and that's the case, I'm not interested. So don't worry. The feeling's mutual. I think if I was really interested, I would have sent you a fucking love letter by now. So listen, I want to fucking rim job you, but I don't want to. That's it. It's already a given. It's a love letter. Yeah, since I had some Semitism reverse transcribing to me, I've been thinking about you. I was sitting there via the United States Postal Service. Right to your mailbox. I've been thinking about all of this skeet shooting, this sword slash. Dude, they tried to reverse transcribe that into me, and they're trying to like MK Ultra me into enjoying it. I have free will. If I was interested, then I would have put it in an application and right in the mailbox or on Grindr a long time ago. I would not. Stop bothering me. And listen, if that happens in nature with anybody else, I don't know. That's still not my problem anyway. You never had the right to reverse transcribe. If I ever got a love letter from you like that, I would just tell you nicely, no. But if you come near me and try helping my asshole wide, there's going to be a nausea fever, so you're not going to rim job jack shit. It's the whole problem, big boy. Send me a love letter. Mark, you've been thinking about this dilemma for years. John's dirty asshole dilemma. Just send me a love letter. Email, my mailbox, call me up, because listen, I need a rim job you or whatever else. You're obsessed with my asshole. It already speaks for itself. This is a fucking absurdity. You're a fucking fool. You're a loser. Just get over it. I don't want you to rim job my asshole. You're a loser. Listen, dude, stop. You already know that, like, what you're trying to show other people via your illegal wiretap is the priming of abuse that you're putting me through, right? You already know that, right? You know that what you're doing is wrong, right? Get the picture. I don't want you to rim job my dirty asshole and lick my big ball sack or whatever else. You're gonna have to come here and do that instead of thinking about it for years like a fucking Jewish fairy tale. Still thinking about jiggling my asshole, big boy? Well, I already told you the truth that in terms of my life story, I've been living since I was a little child. My parents instilled that in me, my friends and family and whatever else. But now I'm much more highly optimized. But not because I was tortured like crazy. That was extremely unjust. Extremely effective pharmacological, neuroscience, and epigenetics thereof, so on and so forth. So, whatever. That's different. But the unjust adversity that they're imposing on me and the entire world, and that was never just. And I'm fighting back quite well, so I don't know, concerning the scarcity thing in terms of being very resourceful, being very humble and whatever else, without the provocation, back towards them and whatever else. I've been fairly consistent concerning that, so I don't know what else to tell you about that. If my friends and family tell you otherwise, they're just lying to you, because what kind of false dilemma am I presenting to you right now? It doesn't make sense. And he's still thinking about my asshole. You're a loser, faggot. Yes, I know your obsession with generating my asshole doesn't make sense. So call me on the phone, and then we can talk about why it doesn't make sense. You're still thinking about generating my asshole, but you're never going to understand that you're going to voluntarily, and then you're thinking about power and control dynamics with some random guy from Jersey City who's just ignoring the living shit out of you. Sometimes I get belligerent, but that was after like whatever, 12 to 13 hours of ignoring you. And I'm trying to go to sleep and flood my brain with drugs. And eventually I did go to sleep. And now we're here at whatever, it's almost 2. I took like 3 milligrams of Xanax with everything else. And there's no way that you're going to be able to, whatever, even in terms of your limited hangout shit, unbind ligands that are flooding the brain and extremely potent and so on and so forth. You're stupid. And you're still hyper-criticizing some fucking random guy from Jersey City, which doesn't make sense. So you're right. It doesn't make sense. So why are you spending all of your time hopefully dreaming that you're going to rim job my asshole fucking clean like it's going to be heaven on earth? You tell me. Yep, it's only been 11 days. Those filters usually last me, whatchamacallit, 2 weeks each. And this vendor is particularly good. As a matter of fact, there was another vendor that even had an even better price per unit. But he was out of stock, but then I gotta check the other orders to see the vendor, to see if he's back into stock again. But whatever. New market dynamics, whatever. You know what, let me just inspect my notes again, because I like to do this sometimes. I like to look through my miscellaneous notes and tasks of things that I have to do. And you should do this as well too, whether you do it on your phone or write it down. I guess I guess this is some good advice from me. It'll remind you and tell you, well, listen, I need to do this today, and then I need to schedule this, or maybe put in an alarm on your phone, or whatever it's going to take for you to get your task done. And then, because people's memories are fickle and they're not perfect, and then especially with me, because of all of the abuse that I'm going through, I'm fighting back extremely hard neurophysiologically. But you could tell that I've extremely excelled in terms of the fact that I've neurophysiologically beat them in terms of them torturing me. But if they weren't torturing me, I would have been doing much better. So I'm still trying to salvage the rest of my life and then move forward in terms of the countering back the neurophysiological abuse. But it's already a given within and of itself that that's already necessarily the case, that I already fucking beat the living shit out of you, even though you're going to try and secretly jingle my asshole and pump, nuclear fissile uranium or whatever the fuck you're doing in terms of the illusion of non-locality, because we already discussed the absurdity of microwave transmission energy, attritive losses, and how much energy it costs in terms of dollars per joule or whatever per second, in terms of some particular volumetric distance thereof, and to project microwaves, radio frequencies, so on and so forth. And it's already an absurdity. Yep. And that's already the case, that you're just wasting a ton of money with presumably even other targeted individuals too. But this is also highly anomalous phenomena in terms of physical technology that exists. So this is probably still very secretly compartmentalized and or just more illegal black budget projects and secret stuff that's not only happening to me, but a lot of other targeted individuals too. And I wouldn't even doubt it. And I've already belabored the point about this in the past. If a lot of innocent people have been institutionalized and imprisoned for political inconvenience and whatever else, like individuals like myself who were severely abused, and with me, they know that I'm a fucking huge political pain in their ass because I'm highly intelligent and I know how to document evidentiary testimony and witness statements and so on and so forth, and I know how to document evidence. I know about chain of custody. I know about the law as the establishment of probable cause and more things concerning criminal justice and criminology. But more importantly, from the very get-go, empirical, the empirical scientific method of, actually observing something, hypothesizing, gathering evidence, and then testing and peer review and so on and so forth, which is fundamentally, part of criminal justice within and of itself, in terms of, establishing that there could be some exigent circumstance and or reasonable suspicion and or probable cause that somebody's necessarily a criminal. And then through the criminal process, in terms of justice, the establishment beyond a reasonable doubt of criminality and or whether there's discretion from the very beginning and or misdemeanors, et cetera, predicated on whether you think there's an absolute and or some relativistic basis that's approaching some absolute predicated on discretion of such things thereof. And like, for example, just in another simple example, loitering is a misdemeanor, but it's not like a heinous and grievous crime, like first degree murder, like you have a gun and you you fucking shoot somebody in the head, and then you have to be, and then you have to be tried for that and prosecuted for that. Like, for example, let's say you're loitering in the sense that you're obstructing a fucking, a sidewalk. But let's say you're passed out intoxicated on drugs, or you're homeless and you're just loitering there and you're also maybe obstructing a sidewalk. That's also a misdemeanor in terms of what I know. But the police would probably be very merciful towards you, even concerning the vagrancy too, because if you're just somebody who's intoxicated on drugs, or maybe through some other happenstance you happen to be there, and you're not purposely loitering to be a malicious piece of shit or suspicious or criminally menacing or whatever else, then that's already a given in terms of their sensibilities. But let's say you're just obstructing the middle of the highway, fucking holding an AK-47 with 45,000 people or whatever, then that's particularly different than that other particular case of an absurdity of discretion or misdemeanors thereof, and the application of of due process, and also the empirical methods of evidence gathering, and so on and so forth, which is already a given for people who study this stuff. But also, That's also within people's a lot of people's common sensibility growing up anyway. That was within my common sensibility growing up too, because that's also condescendingly offensive to the sensibilities of people who even have an IQ of even around 100 basis points, which is around the average aggregate anyway. So of where 68% of the population lay in terms of the normal distributions thereof, and so on and so forth. So there's obviously more people who are there's more people who are within that particular spectrum, but obviously the average is 100, and half of them in terms of the normal distribution are less, and then the other half are higher. But as a function of the exponential scalar thereof, in terms of extremely stupid people, that's a lot rarer per standard deviation, and extremely intelligent people, that's a lot rarer per standard deviation. But with people like me, for example, that could be ameliorated in terms of taking neurogenic compounds because you're neurophysiologically enhancing your brain through epigenetic pharmacological neuroscience, and you're overriding empirical reality in terms of your limitations from birth by just taking drugs to do so. And that's just the function of what empirical reality turned out to be. I didn't change that. That was necessarily the case via the aggregate research. And if you want to do more peer review, then what's already not satisfactory enough in terms of what you see there, then whatever, then be my guest. Does that mean that I forgive you? Nope. But I am thirsty, and I'm gonna get some water. Thirsty, and then I'm gonna go back to sleep soon, and then maybe just get some rest because I'm still tired, and I'm still coming off of the fucking anesthetized days that I was in. I took like another 2 milligrams or whatever of Xanax, and I had already flooded my brain with ashwagandha, like 2 grams of L-theanine, and chamomile tea, and whatever else. And what else did I take? Some valerian. And those are mostly generally recognized as safe, but I don't like taking Xanax too often because it has different types of neurophysiological effects. It can be psychologically and physiologically addictive. And in terms of like even consuming substances like alcohol as a function of the GABAergic neurotransmission and signaling thereof, and the effects of the receptor desensitization, and the effects of the particular other interactions thereof with other parts of the brain neurophysiologically generally, that can cause stuff like seizures over time if you cease from it, taking too much Xanax over time and drinking too much over time. And it can cause like tremors, and it can cause even sometimes even sudden death if you consume alcohol too much and or Xanax. But Xanax is more particularly a kilocaloric free chemical because it's not metabolizable in terms of any extrinsically extractable energy in terms of food, in terms of like sustenance. But ethanol alcohol has 4 kilocalories per gram that can be metabolized by the human body in terms of that. But in terms of the mass energy equivalent of those two things, Xanax is still a chemical in terms of something that has mass anyway, but that's already offensive to people's sensibilities, so on and so forth. So I took like whatever 2 milligrams, but that particular 2 milligrams is extremely potent for what it is in terms of it saturating the brain, in terms of the occupancy thereof, and so on and so forth. There are even some drugs which are extremely efficacious at that, which is also highly anomalous given what it is. But there needs to be more inquiry into that. I would venture to bet, and I would think it's more so probably just a function of probably some neuroscientific phenomena involving the particular potency of the ligand, and even with just a minor amount of occupancy as given its particular distribution as a function of the actual ligand's ability to saturate the brain in terms of its mass energy equivalency. But I don't know. That kind of stuff needs to be ironed out in terms of neuroscience. That's particularly interesting to me. I'd be interested to see as to why, in the simplistic reduction, why stuff like carfentanil, even in terms of like almost picogram dosage, nanogram dosages, can hurt a lot of different people if that's supposed to be aerosolized or concentrated in air or water or whatever else, or even somebody's brain, versus like something like, I don't know. Let me think of a good example. I don't know, like how it would take, ounces of ethanol alcohol or a lot of grams thereof of the actual particular chemical to saturate your brain to get you intoxicated. That's an interesting phenomenon to study. I don't know if that's really been studied, but whatever. So does it mean that I forgive you? Nope. kidding me? Are you still going through these fucking mentally retarded thought loops of blaming me for nonsense again? Still thinking about changing my asshole? I'm gonna tell you something. You should call me on the phone and tell me about the nonsense that you're blaming me about. Stop bothering me. It's not my fault. You're wasting your time. You're not even going to get the illusion of mercy out of me. You're not going to extort jack shit out of me. You're wasting your time. You're a loser, faggot. Stop bothering me. Is there a version history for this? The reason I'm not using Google Docs because you keep hacking my phone with stupid bullshit, and then I have to fucking keep redoing what you keep doing, and this is just a function of your stupid fucking backdoors in Android and whatever. And I'm sure with fucking whatever, Graphene and whatever else entails and other operating systems, you're so fucking malicious that in terms of whatever happens, that you just work on fucking maliciousness all fucking day and so on and so forth. We need some better encryption methods, and we need better companies that are gonna create, non fucking false dilemmas with fucking backdoor horseshit hogwash nonsense. What am I doing here? Well, I'm just writing down general notes because this is going to take more specificity in terms of research later. But these are just general ideas that I have, and I'm already getting primed for abuse in terms of your limited hangout shit about what you did to me, in terms of the telepathic, whatever the fuck you're doing. But I actually have my own ideas, and I just really ignore you, and I just make sure to write them down before I forget them, because then later I'm gonna research and start complexifying. But not because I'm gonna forgive you, because I'm gonna move on with my life with objective third party intermediaries and the rest of the humanity that doesn't want to be your rape slave or whatever else and be fucking sodomized by you and forced to drink your diarrhea, which is already a non sequitur because given this entire process, this entire way through, the math still doesn't add up in terms of your hogwash bullshit. And nobody wants to drink your diarrhea and be your rape slave. So it's already a non sequitur, and it doesn't involve my consent, and the entire world would agree with me in terms of empirical reality. So go put some respect back on empirical reality's name, and empirical reality wants a refund and a clawback on the disrespect to its sensibilities. So whatever. These are just general notes, and then the complexification and semantic specificities as a function of necessity will come later. But I'm just thinking of general ideas while I'm trying to also avoid your fucking heinous and grievous and a vicious abuse of me and malicious abuse of me at the same time. So just general ideas and then later complexification. That's it. So that's I believe in the philosophical phenomenological process, the process thereof, in more simpler terms. You starting to think first about what you could necessarily do with your time, or how you might want to improve things or do something necessarily as a function of the process, and then you later complexify as necessary, and then whatever's necessary is necessary, or if there needs to be more generalization or specification, then whatever you need to do, then do it per your discretion, so on and so forth. So just writing down some general thoughts, and then gonna do some more research later, because these are the kind of things, I'm sorry, that I think about nowadays, especially in the face of the calamity that is being imposed on all of society. Because somehow you couldn't have thought of these things, but you can think about jingling my asshole at a distance, but you can't think of how I can override it by walking really fast and doing drugs and just ignoring the living hell out of you. Which doesn't make sense. Apparently, you're gonna try to extort the fucking the truth out of a lie, and then even in the illusion of this physicality of the extortion thereof, I'm just gonna ignore you by drinking beer and walking around really fast. Even though sometimes I get belligerent because you're fucking abusing the living hell out of me, then I just fall asleep on the drugs, and then for like 15 hours late, for the next 15 hours, I'm just ignoring you and doing whatever. But somehow you couldn't have thought of stuff like this, and then even the illusion of non-locality in terms of the actual math and the science thereof. In terms of the actual semantic nitty-gritty, even ChatGPT, if you prompt it right, or even get down to the napkin paper math, and even get more specific about it, in terms of like the inverse square law, in terms of like, relativistic energy propagation that you would have to talk about in terms of gross systemics and whatever else. In terms of whatever you're doing to me and other targeted individuals, it's a huge amount of energy. It's a huge waste of resources. It's nonsense, and it's inefficient. It's very suboptimal, and it's a very bad extortion scheme with me and a bunch of targeted individuals. But this should have already been a given from the very get-go. Yes. Apparently, we're going to try and extort the truth out of a lie, which is obviously very fallacious and illogical from the very beginning. So we're going to come up with a crackhead extortion scheme to fucking jingle this guy's asshole at a distance. But we didn't think about the fact that he might walk around really fast and drink beer and then take drugs to ignore us. Which doesn't make sense. And especially in the face of whatever we talked about before, knowing somebody before they even exist, knowing some random guy, being obsessed with some random guy, being obsessed with a lot of targeted individuals who didn't even really necessarily even do anything or present anything at the prima facie of extreme political dissonance or whatever else, and highly anomalous phenomena within and of itself, which just seems to be a form of secret malicious abuse and so on and so forth, etc., whatever. And it doesn't seem to necessarily even make sense on the face of it, or in depth as well too. That sounds like a hogwash, but whatever. I'm going to keep reviewing my notes and keep going through this process of trying to recover in terms of what you're doing to me, and neurophysiologically fight back against you. And my free research on the internet exemplifies how much that could help quite a lot of people if they have access. Unfortunately, so in terms of people who might not be able to, in terms of whatever they can do to help one another, and so on and so forth. And I'm just looking to live my life, and I have very low standards of living. I do not want to be a rape slave, and then so on and so forth. Everything else has to be ironed out in terms of the details. And we already talked about the fallaciousness of trying to argue about enigmatic absurdities of indeterminacies that nobody really knows about. Life and death will be whatever it is, and I believe in the intermediary time in the face of the enigmatic indeterminacies and the peculiarities thereof. As we've already discussed ad nauseum at length, I think we should just try and be very stoic and minimalistic and make the best out of it and live for passion and love for one another and so on and so forth instead of abuse and violence, especially unnecessary suffering that's being imposed on the entire world, like with me and everybody else, and then shifting and ad hoc reprojection and blame that doesn't necessarily seem so good. But then also in part of the unfortunate happenstance of life, especially in terms of if the fact that you know that you've done really almost nothing wrong, especially in terms of heinous and grievous criminality, or even just non sequiturs like mistakes or not being perfect, which is an absurdity to be blamed for, or even something like the enigmatic absurdity of the indeterminacy of even existing and being blamed for that and being tortured like crazy for that. People still have the right to defend themselves. So basically what's going to happen is you're going to have to figure out that you're going to need to come to terms with the reality. But if you don't think so, you can do a Pew Research poll on the entire earth and ask them, do you want to drink my diarrhea? Do you want me to sex traffic your kids? Do you want me to fucking rape you and torture you? Do you want me to fucking make you suffer a Promethean fate worse than death? And then we'll see if you're delusional or not. And then let's see if empirical reality is going to ask you to put some respect on its name and get a claw back on its sensibilities or whatever. We've already discussed the absurdity of this. What happened, honey? Are you alright? Honey, are you okay? My dog always does this. You want to know why? This is what happens. She goes hunting in the fucking backyard, because I know she does this all the time, and I'm trying to train her out of it. But she's 8 years old, and she gets gastric, reflux, acid reflux from the animals, and then sometimes she ends up fucking vomiting the animals. But she can get really sick because of zoonotic transmission of infection from the animal to her, and I keep trying to train her, even though I feed her very well. You want to go outside, honey? You want to go outside? Look at that. And I'm not doing it to her on purpose. She keeps doing that. And then the dogs, they have a prey drive and whatever else. And I already know what it is. It's because she keeps fucking hunting animals outside. And sometimes I see the fucking dead animal, like, partially digested, so whatever. That's an unfortunate happenstance, but I'm still trying to train her. Hi, honey. Hello. But she's been listening to me for other types of training. But she's 8 years old, so she's a little stubborn. Oh, honey, I know. You okay? Hold on. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, and then, that's, if you have a little dog, you should train them to try and get their prey drive to not be so strong, unless you're really training them to be a hunting dog. Yeah, there you go. I think she's gonna vomit the fucking animal. She probably ate a fucking frog or something. I fucking know it. But then she's all right because I can analyze her, and she doesn't seem to present any other sickness most of the time. And then she's been eating those fucking animals in the backyard anyway, and I feed her very well. But she had to go on a diet for a long time because she was a lot more overweight than this. Her previous owners, they loved her very well, but they didn't train her, because when you have an animal like a pet, like a dog, that's a domesticated animal, you got to make sure you train them very well to listen to your commands. Like my dog Max, she was very well trained, but I wasn't as intelligent as I was, now in terms of the past. But she used to walk on a leash without me, but then I didn't do that too often because there's liability for that. She would listen to my commands to sit down and lay down, and she was such a very nice little dog. She was a border collie and German Shepherd mix, and Miss Rally here I believe is a boxer and something else, and pit bull, but I don't think pit bull, something else. But she's such a good girl. She's such a little baby. She's such a little doggy. But she really doesn't trust strangers, especially even our local neighbors that she's been seeing for years. She gets very vicious, like in the backyard. I'm like, listen, you got to stop doing that. And I think she's hurting her nails too. I'm trying to train her to stop doing that, but she's so impetuous. She's not incentivized by the treat or whatever else. I think I need to be like right there when she's doing it, but it's so hard to like go run after her or whatever else. I don't know. It's a little sad, but she's very old because in dog years, she's gonna probably only live to be, I would probably say 10 to 12 to 14 years old, something like that. Doggy, whatever that's like. Just a little baby. I wish you could take her for a walk because then if she would just, pace herself, we could walk and she wouldn't get tired so fast and just lay down on the ground. But whatever. And we already feed her very well. She lost a lot of weight. She was much more obese than us, and she had like whatchamacallit, joint and kind of like other kind of health problems because of her weight. But she lost a lot of weight. She was very obese. She's a little doggy. She's just a little baby. She's a little puppy. She needs some love too. As a matter of fact, I'm very sanitary, but I'm not perfect. But this was like, I've already mentioned this before. This was like last August or last July of 2024. I think I got the norovirus from her, which is like the stomach bug. And I was also not in the right state of mind too, because I probably could have minimized that viral load and then lessened the time. But I was coming off of this stupid neuroleptics and whatever else. And then the epigenetic differentiation wasn't as intense as it is now, because if you research that as well too, that still continues over time, even if you stop taking those substances. So I'd be interested to see, as a matter of fact, tangentially so, in populations like in Indian people, for example, that consume quite a lot of spices, if they have a lot of epigenetic differentiation. But even Indian people or people who consume a lot of spices, like they don't even consume spices as heavily as I do, but more certainly so the rest of those particular compounds in conjunction. So that's a different amount of aggregate substances in conjunction. But I consume quite a lot of spices every day. I consume almost like 2 to 3 grams of spices that are mixed culinarily in my food, in terms of like a nice kind of viscous mixture of like, density and, taste and gustatory profile, where it's not like very powdery or whatever else in terms of the culinary mixing of the spices. But something like that, something approximately close to that in terms of spices, which is a lot in terms of the polyphenol and flavonoid content. It's something like that, but I don't particularly measure exactly, but just by eye, it's a lot of spices. The only spice I really don't like is rosemary, but with my dog, yeah, she's shedding now too, and she lost a lot of weight, but we still feed her well. But I'm giving her more food now because I don't want her to not only not be hungry, but unnecessarily lose weight. But more so, I guess, kibble. I'm not interested in really giving her too many animal products, because she's already spoiling herself by killing all of those innocent animals outside that are part of the cycle of life. And the frogs and whatever else are mostly vegetarian and the herbivorous, so whatever. But she's so fucking focused on that prey drive. But sometimes she listens to me and then she'll take the treat. So she's still learning now. But I would really like to walk outside with her, especially if it's nice and warm on the harness. But that's going to be really hard to train her. I'm probably going to require a lot of treats. And then she's such a good little dog. She's a little baby. Whatever. Let me just go through these notes here, and then I have other things to do. And if you think what I'm doing right now doesn't make sense, every day this is how I like to use my time. Even though you think it's nonsensical, you can use your time as you'd like to. But I work on my water ration. getting my water ration for not only the day, but also for my exercise, and then also for emergencies and whatever else too. And then well, what was I gonna say? I guess if you want to use your money in exchange for other services and products or whatever, I guess you could, if you want to use your time that way. But whatever. In the face of what's happening right now, so because of the fact that I'm the victim of a civil suppression campaign and my asshole is being jingled by fucking flaming faggots to the highest degree, I guess I'm using my time relatively well. But whatever. I'm gonna go back to sleep soon and just try and rest. I don't want to take too many fucking drugs, but I'm sorry that I'm just vocalizing thoughts like crazy, or mostly for just the live stream, so it doesn't seem weird. But this is mostly just a function of accountability too. I could care less if people are gonna watch this, because who the fuck is gonna use their time and their life, like with any of my other videos, to spend 12 hours straight to watch me like write research or talk fucking bullshit out of my ass while I'm drinking beer or whatever. I don't know. It seems like interesting content if you want to scan through it or something, but it's up to you. So, actually, as a matter of fact, it's concerning what I actually want in terms of human beings. I want them to be, honest with me and open and constructively critical, or, per their discretion, just living their life as they'd like to. And it's much more enticing to me than people telling me lies about what they think about me. I'm not interested in that. But you know what? At a certain point, I can't really be in somebody's mind, so whatever, I'll just take your word for it, because that's not only offensive to my sensibilities, but other people's sensibilities. But I have a good sensibility to detect when people are trying to puff up things or whatever else. But that never seemed to really be the case with my friends and family growing up. They seem to be very objective and impartial with me and whatever else. But my memory is not too perfect. Oh, she's a little doggy. She's a little baby. All right, let me just go to this really quickly and then see. Oh, you should investigate this too. This 3-in-1 operator operand, that could be highly efficacious for you in your computer programming for your subroutines. But your subroutines would probably be a little, how can I say this, tenuous to deal with, because these are particularly in terms of Unicode and ASCII and all other types of character encoding formats of characters. Hard to deal with in terms of trying to get the subroutine to interpret them correctly for any sort of data sorting or whatever else. But I've already demonstrated a lot of proof that this is a particularly effective 3-in-1 operator operand of the quotation of the period and the @ sign of the quotation of the hash sign, which is what I came up with, which is an 8-byte or 7-byte character operator operand operator, etc. In 2021, I was just thinking about it, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. This is an interesting phenomenon. But not every search engine or even program particularly can interpret that correctly, but sometimes it can be highly efficacious to see the most relevant data that you're looking for in terms of even searching and sorting as a function of delimiting characters in terms of the period and the hash sign. So maybe that phenomena even exists with even other particular characters and other types of other loophole methodologies, but I don't have time for studying that right now. I have more practical things to do, but that could be interesting. And this was interesting as hell, because this particular phenomenon, what I did here was a form of inducing positive feedback on the internet to get views, to make them fucking stop torturing the living hell out of me and stop fucking abusing the living shit out of me in terms of computer science. So, and I would say generally so that I'm very much a generalist, so I am very, very rough and rusty on the things that I was trying to formally work on. But I'm much more so a man who is focused on having general intelligence and then specifying as a function of necessity, wherein I'm going to write research and then do work in terms of my work, and then refer to the research because of my memory, and then positively induce positive feedback to increase my general intelligence for my sub-specialization later when necessary, which I think is much more and a utilitarian calculus of how to spend my time much more efficacious than some subspecializations. Like for example, like is there really is there really a necessity in the world economy today for like blacksmithing to make swords or whatever? I don't think so, but it's an unfortunate happenstance. But that seems to be an unfortunate happenstance of reality. So whatever, I just take it for what it is, and I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you concerning that. I don't know what to tell you concerning that at all. So that doesn't seem to be. You're gonna tell me that I can't not forgive you. I'm not gonna forgive you. I don't take you seriously. So I'm just gonna keep moving forward with my life. I'm not going to say that that's something within my control. I don't know. People have to find work. You got to do something. Do whatever. Do whatever is necessary. Whatever is realistic. And with me, that's just the way I'm. That's just the way that I live. So I can do quite an assortment of types of work. Unskilled labor, skilled labor, very technical and scientific labor. But the main drawback, I would say, in terms of being a generalist, in terms of epistemological domains of whether it's skilled or unskilled labor, even if it's scientific or not, is that your memory is probably not going to be as good as a specialist who has been highly specializing in something for quite a long time and has quite a lot of particular types of whatchamacallit, dissertations or like theories or masteries generally so of their work thereof. But I would say that it's pretty fallacious and in terms of an argument that you're going to slander somebody and shut somebody down if you can't make a good argument predicated on logic and consistency and an empirical basis of falsifiability via the predicate of the burden of proof thereof. So, for example, psychiatrists love to fucking slander and gaslight the living shit out of political dissidents and people who are politically inconvenient as innocent victims of crime like me. So that's not unnecessarily a good argument. And that's actually a huge counter argument as a function of the downsizing and necessity of clawing back a lot of their income and paying them less because all they do is malicious bullshit and they're a huge fucking drain on the world economy and they're fucking malicious as fuck. And a lot of people in the world economy, like people who make self-help books and then they fucking predatorily, hire somebody on Fiverr or Ghostwriter for $5 or five fucking, pesos and fucking, in Manila, the Philippines, and then they make $5,000, $50,000 on Amazon. That's quite and highly predatory and malicious, behavior in terms of people that actually have to do real work, and that's highly offensive to my sensibilities. So especially in the face of what's happening to me, that's extremely offensive to my sensibilities in terms of how abused I've been abused for doing jack shit nothing and trying to be useful and trying to be a good man and whatever else, and so on and so forth. Why am I showing you these notes? Well, these notes are already publicly available on my Google Drives on my website. So I already told you I'm looking through them right now as a function of me having accountability to see if somebody's going to be stupid enough to come here and bother me, but also for just random stuff. But if I don't have any necessity to go ahead and have these live streams, then I don't. But whatever. If you want to listen to it, I don't care. If you want to watch me just do whatever, then fine. But these documents are already available on my Google Drive. But to tell you the truth, though, there's some private stuff that I don't put on Google that are in my Google Drives that I don't put on my website. Like sometimes important reference numbers, like with transactions or whatever else that like my father and I have for our personal documents or whatever else. But that's already a given. But what do you think I'm going to put on my Google Drive anyway? Oh, you know what? Here's where I fucking murdered 15 people or whatever, or tortured a quadrillion people or something. What do you think is going to be on my Google Drive exactly? That doesn't seem like a smart thing to put on Google Drive nonetheless. And the big reason why I've been very public and open about my entire life is because I knew with this highly anomalous phenomena that that I would be the victim of heinous and grievous gaslighting and abuse and torture and whatever else. I knew that they were gonna try and dig up whatever they could on me and make up a ton of fucking bullshit in terms of fucking horrendous horseshit nonsense about me. And this happens to a lot of targeted individuals too. So I've already been around the block a few times, and as a matter of fact, I guess even concerning my life, in terms of whatever you would believe at the prima facie, I have nothing to hide anyway. There's really not even a single cell skeleton in my closet necessarily. So I would say that the things that I had done in the past, in the sense that I was not in the right state of mind, it was because of what they had reverse transcribed into me. Like, for example, sometimes I would speed on the highway, or like drag race on the highway, or drive while I was intoxicated on drugs, but nothing heinous or grievous really happened. Nobody ever really got hurt. Sometimes I'd like even drift in my Ford Explorer, like in a parking lot or whatever. But I don't do that anymore because I've grown up, and like I know that that's dangerous. So even concerning people who don't understand liability and whatever else, in the sense that like even driving on prescription medication, or like something like Benadryl, or even just being tired, can be extremely dangerous to you and others. And more importantly, you have to understand that driving a car is a privilege and it's not a right, and you can hurt people and whatever else too. So, yeah, that's already a given. So, yep, get her done. And then you're going to keep telling me that I can't not forgive you. I'm not going to forgive you because I'm not going to be your slave. You're a delusional loser faggot. But if you think that I can't, why don't you take a Pew Jew research poll of people around the world? How many people, and then ask in your research poll on Facebook, and a Jew research poll of everyone on earth, or as many people as possible to satisfy the criterion of probabilistically converging towards, in terms as a function of sample size of what a huge population and subpopulations would most likely, agree to as a function of the empirical statistical analysis thereof. Why don't you ask them, how many people want to drink my fucking diarrhea? Mark Zuckerberg. How many people want to drink Mark Zuckerberg's diarrhea? How many people want Mark Zuckerberg to sex traffic their kids and fucking rape them and molest them? How many people want to suffer a Promethean fate worse than death? How many people want to have their human rights and liberties severely violated like this guy, John LaSharis? How many people want me to fucking kill them and their entire family? How many people want me to be a heinous and grievous hypocrite that's a piece of shit, that's extracting a huge amount of value out of the world? How many people think that I'm fucking delusional and crazy? How many people think, and ask all of those questions, and then let's see if empirical reality is going to ask for a clawback and a refund on its sensibilities. I think it most likely will. You need to put some respect on empirical reality. So, but if you don't believe so, if you think that I can't, maybe you should put that Jew research poll on your Facebook profile and see how many people that are not spam bots will answer. Motherfucker. Bitch ass nigga motherfucker. That's my hot take on it. But then again, it's probably going to be a bunch of lies because it seems like almost every profile on Facebook is a fucking spam bot anyway. Because you're a loser, faggot. Because you're a loser. You lying to yourself. You're a loser. You're a loser. You're a loser. You're a loser. You're an asshole loser. Trying to lose out my asshole, big boy. You're a loser. You trying to drain the loose out of my asshole? You're a loser. You're trying to lose my asshole, but you know I won't let you. You know I won't give you consent to lose my asshole. You're a loser. Self, big boy. You're a big boy. Come here and lose it, big boy. Come here and lose it. You're a loser. You're a loser. You're a loser. Dude, listen, didn't you watch this entire live stream? I already put some respect on your name. I've been doing that for years. Come here and lose shit. Right out the chat. You a loser. You a loser. I'm putting some respect on your name right now. Little bitch ass nigga, bruh. Somebody knows, somebody knows, Oh, man. Nobody knows, put some respect on your name right now. Put some respect on your name. Put some respect on your name. Adios. respecting you. Come here and get some respect on your name right from the top. Come here and get some respect on your name right here. Hello. You smell like sewage. You're very musky. You smell like sewage. Ah, you smell like sewage. You're very musky. You smell like sewage, you're a loser. You're very musky. You smell like sewage. You're very musky. You smell like sewage. Ah, you're a loser. You smell like sewage. Great. Look. What happened? You alright? What was it? What do you want? Wait. Okay, you think it's funny that Mark Zuckerberg is my asshole, but you're the one spending time thinking about my asshole here again. It doesn't even make sense if you're not a fucking flaming faggot who wants to, propose to rim job my asshole. Do you even think about my asshole? Why are you still thinking about licking my asshole? Still thinking about jiggling my asshole, big boy? Still thinking about jiggling? I'm not gonna forgive jack shit, motherfucker. Still thinking about jamming my ass. I'm not gonna forgive you. You know that I'm not gonna forgive you, right? Still thinking about chewing my asshole, big boy. You know that I'm not gonna forgive you, right? Still thinking about jingling my asshole, big boy. Still thinking about jingling my asshole, big boy. Are you still thinking about jingling my asshole, big boy? Still thinking about jingling my asshole, big boy? Still thinking about jingling my asshole, big boy? my asshole, big boy. Still thinking about you in my asshole, big boy. Still thinking about you in my asshole, big boy. Still thinking about you in my asshole, big boy. Still thinking about jingling my asshole. What's the matter, big boy? Why are you so shy, big boy? Why can't you come here and do it, big boy? Why don't you just call me on the phone, big boy? Still thinking about jingling my asshole, big boy. Still thinking about jingling my asshole, big boy. Come inside, Riley. Come. Honey, come. Come. You should say something when you're outside. Go on. It's alright, honey. Still thinking about you in my asshole, big boy. Still thinking about jingling my asshole, big boy? Still thinking about jingling my asshole, big boy? Still thinking about jiggling my asshole, big boy? Still thinking about jiggling my asshole, big boy? Still thinking about jiggling my asshole, big boy? Move. Little puppy. Baby. Still thinking about jiggling my asshole, big boy? Am I gonna forgive you? Nope. But I'm wondering, are you still thinking about jiggling my asshole, big boy? Still thinking about jiggling my asshole, big boy? What's up, dog? Still thinking about doing my hassle video? Chilling. Let's go, honey. Let's go. All right. Move. Move. Still thinking about jingling my ass. Doing Morning, move. Nope. It's because I knew you took my other key, my wallet, to inspect my license. I gave him the fair benefit of the doubt that he wouldn't do something like that, and I knew it. It was Officer Hirag. I didn't lose that on purpose. You have one of the keys to my downstairs basement. You're a piece of. I know you took it. I think you've come into my house numerous times trying to kill me or capture me, as a matter of fact. These allegations, I've publicly made them before, as a matter of fact, Dr. Keurig. And it doesn't seem like I would have lost that key because it was wedged in my wallet underneath multiple credit cards and whatever else, and other cards there in my wallet. And I had looked high and low for it throughout my entire house, but apparently I didn't lose the other key, but I lost that one. And on the Twitch stream and on the YouTube live stream, you can see me give my wallet to you. And you're going through my wallet, and I gave you the fair benefit of the doubt, Dr. Keurig. So let's see you come here and see if we're going to help you or not. Go. Twitch live stream that's still on my Twitch page and on my YouTube, not thinking that I should just give him my identification card. I think you took it wasn't misplaced, it wasn't lost, and both keys, and then also to the downstairs door that had been replaced, were lodged in my wallet underneath my Cash App card. So nope, I think. But let's see. I wonder who was on my property numerous times, and he was so fucking fresh with me numerous times. You can't even fucking shave your at the police station when you're a public police officer that gets paid by taxpaying. Your best friend Mark Zuckerberg is deceiving you. But let's see. Why don't you bring my key, if that's necessarily true, and then maybe I'll clean out. Returning my key, I'm going to do you a favor. I'll clean out your clock for thanks. If that's true. If you'd like to come here and do me a favor of returning my key, you're going to come at the right time for me to clean out your clock. I'm a clock cleaner. Did you know that? So come here. I'll clean out your clock. And also, your best friend, he looks like a knockoff Peter Pie. And I already said it to him too. You should quit your job at the Mount Olive Police Department and maybe do a little shtick on YouTube and say, listen, I'm Peter Pie too or whatever, with your best friend, Dr. You're a very good law enforcement officer and a very good Samaritan, and you want to return the key that I lost, that I searched high and low for by accident. Or maybe I had misplaced it because you had misplaced it right into your wallet when I gave you my wallet as a fair benefit of the doubt, including my identification card. Then you're going to come at the right time. If it is you, just wondering, just maybe if it might be you, you're going to come at the right time for me to clean out your clock. Did you know that I'm a clock cleaner? Right time to return my key and for me to clean out your clock. That's my hot take on it. So if you want to return your I lost, unfortunately, that you have somehow had found, then you've come at the right time for me to clean out your clock. So thanks for returning my key. But I'm also an autodidactical clock cleaner. I'm very good at cleaning out clocks. So I'll do that for you. You're going to come at the right time for that. I'm a good clock cleaner. So thanks for returning my key. I'll clean out your clock. Well, let's see if you want to get your clock cleaned out or not. And you're going to be a good police officer and Samaritan and return my key that I searched high and low for, that I somehow mysteriously lost when I gave you my wallet and then presumably you had taken it. So let's see. If you would like to return my key, I'll gladly return the favor for you coming at the right time to have me clean out your clock. If you catch my drift, catch my lingo. But maybe that's just a false allegation. Maybe I just lost a key that was already wedged in my fucking wallet and my Cash App card next to the other key that was in my wallet. So let's see. But then if it is the case that you're going to be a good Samaritan to return a key that I lost, then I'll gladly clean out your clock at the right time for you to return my key. If that's the case. You catch my lingo. I'll gladly clean out your clock. Gladly. Oh, what a waste. I forgot about this. Oh, shit. That happens. Not in the right state of mind. But I'll tell you what. If you think that I am in the right state of mind and I'm doing perfect, Go call your best friend Mark Zuckerberg and say, listen, I need you to help me in the same way you helped him. But if you don't think so, then maybe you could come here at the right time and tell me how much Mark Zuckerberg's helping me. And then I'll help you too, because you're going to come at the right time to come to an innocent man's house for him to clean out your clock. You didn't know that I was a clock cleaner too? I study neuroscience, pharmacology, etc., computer science, calculus, and statistics, and so on and so forth, etc., and also clock cleaning. So if you want to come at the right time to have your clock cleaned out, I'll clean it out for you. I'm not a professional clock cleaner, licensed, or didactical. So it's got to be under the table, I guess. It's got to be a little informal. I think that's illegal. I don't know. We'll call the police and see if that's illegal or not. If it's illegal for me when you come here at the right time for me to clean out your clock, we'll see what the law is on that. Concerning clock cleaning at the right time or the wrong time. There's discretion, the exact semantics, the technicality, the details about that clock cleaning. So let's see what they're going to have to say about it in terms of the indeterminacies thereof. Listen, you know you're not supposed to clean out his clock, right? It's the wrong time for that. But I'm a good boy. I'll clean out your clock at the right time if you want to come here at the wrong place at the right time, etc., for a good clock cleaning. I think it's very fair to return it likewise for you, presumably, allegedly, I think, because I had searched high and low for a key that was already wedged in my wallet, and I'm not being sarcastic. No, of course not. That was wedged quite well next to my other key underneath the Cash App card in my wallet to make sure that I don't lose it. But it could be the case that I could have lost it, maybe. But if you do happen to return my key at the right time, etc., then I'll make sure I'll clean out your clock. If that's the case. Well, let's see. Let's see if that's the case or not. But if we already discussed this, if that is the case, then you can get a good clock cleaning. Catch my drift. Catch my lingo. Catch my drift. Come at the right time for a good clock cleaning. I can't. I'll tell you, Samaritan, and he's being a good law enforcement, if that's the case. Because, insofar as I remember, even allegedly so, both keys were wedged quite well in my wallet, and I searched high and low for it all around my house and where I could have possibly lost it. So let's see. If he found it, by accident or by pure happenstance, and he'd like to return it to my house at the wrong time, the right time, anytime, whatever time, then I'll gladly clean out your clock for coming at the right time to return my key in terms of being a good Samaritan and so on and so forth, if that's the case. But I don't have time for absurdities. I think that might be the case. So let's see if that's the case. Let's see. It's my hot take on it. No, it's not a threat at all. That's what I think happened. So we already discussed this. If you happen to have found my key to my downstairs basement and you come at the right time, anytime, I'll gladly clean out your clock and say thank you for returning my key. And that's it. It already speaks for itself if that's the case. Duh. Well, let's see if that's the case, right? I don't have time for your absurdities. Let's see if that's the case. You didn't know that I'm a clock cleaner. People can hire you to clean out clocks if they want to. I don't know if you need licensure or not. I guess I have to look it up. But I've researched that in real life. School of Hard Knocks. I went to Rutgers University, Dr. Ronald E. McNair Academic. I had common sense. You know, quite a lot of people can learn how to clean clocks without being professional and licensed clock cleaners. I'm pretty good at that. So we already discussed it. It already is what it is. You got There's no innuendo there. There's no sarcasm, no tongue in cheek or false allegations. It just happens to be something that I think about sometimes in terms of, some returning and likewise in favor. A key for a clock cleaning, a clock cleaning for a key, etc., etc. Sometimes I think about kind of stuff like that. I think it explains itself. There's no innuendo. There's no sarcasm. We're just talking about returning keys, cleaning clocks, and that's it. And that's it. That's just life. If that's necessarily the case, that's it. Key, a key return for a clock cleaning. I was looking for that key for quite a long time. Matter of fact, it's almost time for another clock cleaning. McDowell's. I'm going to clean out that clock too. So I guess you're going to get what you wanted. All of that jingling paid off for you. You know what I was thinking about? Yesterday, did I live stream this? I don't even remember. You're looking for hope, light at the end of the tunnel, but by jingling my asshole. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, inside my asshole, that's where the sun don't shine. So there's no light at the end of the tunnel in there. I don't know what you're looking for in there. Fortunate. It's my hot take on it. My 2 cents as it were. My $2.04. I'll pitch it a little more. Here are some more of my thoughts. I guess all of that jingling you did sounds like whatever. When I woke up 1 o'clock in the morning, did something. My divine sparks were activated. My kundalini was activated. And now it's time to clean out my mail cut. If you want to see that too, I think it's a little obscene, but I guess it can be on YouTube. I don't think there's, in terms of the terms of service, like, I guess I can put that on YouTube. So I'll teach you a lesson in Kabbalah. You want to see it? I'm almost there. I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to teach you a lesson in Kabbalah with all of that divine spark activation and Kundalini activation. You activated quite a lot. We're almost there. I guess we're going to be complete. We're gonna finish the returning to the Ein Sof, and then we're going to keep moving forward in terms of whatever else needs to happen. So I guess everyone's going to have a happy ending. You're going to see quite clearly that this Kabbalah teaching, this Kabbalah lesson, in terms of jingling my Kabbalah sack, my big Kabbalah sack, and my mail cut, and activating my divine sparks, my kundalini, is gonna return us to the Ein Sof. So I guess there's gonna be a light at the end of the tunnel. You're gonna see it soon. I'm working on it right now. It takes a little time though, because from the very beginning, it was a long time. That was a long time ago. So, especially considering, relatively speaking, since like 1 o'clock in the morning, but also from the very beginning, I guess. So, I guess it takes time. So, still working on it. What do you mean it's a false claim? What? That I'm gonna clean out my milk cut? No, you're gonna see it right now. I'm working on it. It takes time. So you wanted to complete the great work, right? Well, hold on. It takes time. I'm working on it. Hold on. Wait. Just wait. Hold on. It's gonna take some time. It's not gonna happen overnight. It takes some time. Listen, we already discussed this ad nauseum at length so many different times. You go back in history. Go do a little retrospective analysis. If you could have gone back in time to speak to like Michelangelo Buonarroti or Raphael, or Giotto or whatever, the masters, the urban masters, they would say, listen, a masterpiece takes time, a great work takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. What do you expect? You think Rome was supposed to be built in a day? What about the architects of Rome? Was it Remus and Romulus? They didn't build Rome in a day. When Aeneas took them there to whatever Latium to build Rome, that happened in a day. Listen, I'm still working on your great work for you. And of course I'm not, hyperbolically, sarcastically mocking the living shit out of you or whatever. I'm learning about Kabbalah and some Freemasonry. I'm masoning something for you right now while I'm free. But it's gonna take time. A masterpiece doesn't happen overnight. We already discussed this. That from your Freemasonic Kabbalah lessons about great works and masterpieces and Kundalini activations and activating divine sparks and so on and so. Didn't you already know that? Duh. It takes time. We already discussed this. It already discusses itself. Duh. Let's see. Here's another great work for you. I'm activating some divine sparks for you. You got a little garlic hot, each red cayenne and habanero peppers, salts, garlic, xanthan gum, gar gum, and natural flavor. Watch. Activating. Make sure you go some ghost pepper hot sauce. Right, Raleigh? Exactly. Raleigh knows. No, I'm not a Freemason. I'm mocking you. I'm activating right now. My Kundalini is awakening right now. Almost there. We're almost there. It's gonna take time. We already discussed this. I failed to understand why it didn't happen in 1666, straight out of 1666. I guess it's going to take a little more time. Maybe another 355 years or whatever it is. We already discussed this. A great work takes time. So on and so forth. I'm still working on the activation. Wait. We already discussed this. It takes time. Activating. We already discussed this. It takes time. What's up, honey? Activating. Doing some activation. Thinking about you, you're my asshole, big boy. Hello, honey. Hello. What's up? Oh, big B. I'm talking. No. Baby, go on. No, I'm not sarcastic as hell. I'm activating my Kundalini and my divine sparks. We already talked about this. A great work takes time. Duh. No, it's not a hyperbolic mockery. We already discussed this. Wasn't that already a given? You know what? Her bowl's now, so she forgot that. But I'll bring it up later. Here, little doggy. No, I'm not being upset. Wait for it. I'm almost there. Hold on. You need to wait. It takes time. Wait. You're almost there. Excuse me. I'm talking. Wait. I'm not being obscene. We already talked about this. I need a flashlight just in case I need to see in the dark. I need to power my car. Oh yeah, you know what I was thinking about? You were asking me to forgive you, right? Well, listen, I'm gonna show it to you when I'm done with it, and then I'm gonna warp speed deliver it right to your house. My dad, he works for United Parcel Service. I also work for John Parcel Service, so don't worry. This one, it's on me for free. I'm gonna warp speed it right to your house. You're gonna get exactly what you were looking for. Then we're going to see as we move forward and determine see what's going to happen. So you're going to get exactly what you were looking for. It takes time. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Remember, he's helping me. Remember? You know what you should do? You should call your best friend and tell him, listen, we found out what was happening. Why don't you help us in the same way you're helping him? Duh. Hold on. Wait. You're gonna get what you wanted. Remember, look, it takes time. I'm giving you what you wanted. Remember, I'm your candy man, your sugar daddy. So I'm gonna send you some lemonade and some fudge, and from the John Parcel delivery service, John Parcel service, and you're gonna get exactly what you wanted. So I guess all of that jingling in terms of my Kundalini being activated and my divine sparks being activated has finally completed the great work. Kind of proving of your undertaking. Now you're getting exactly what you wanted. No, I'm not being sarcastic. Look, hold on, wait. You're gonna see it, and then we're gonna. You don't have to help me. Activating. Activating. No, it's not abuse. Remember, he's helping me. I'm just returning the favor. I'm helping you right now. Remember, he's helping me? So I'm returning the favor in kind. I'm helping you, but I'm not done yet. Hold on, wait. I'm helping you. Excuse me. Don't be rude. I'm helping you right now. Wait. It takes time. Hold on, wait. Excuse me. Don't be rude. I'm helping you. Wait. I'm not done yet. It takes time. I'm helping. Wait. No, you're already I'm not being sarcastic right now. You need to wait. I'm helping you. Wait, I'm helping you. Wait. But I can't post all of those obscenities on YouTube. You need to wait for me to help you. Wait. I'll just make sure that I'm finished helping. We'll just make sure. I'm almost done. Almost done. Almost. Helping you. I'm helping you right now. It takes time. No, it's not a lot of abuse. I'm returning all of your help, likewise, in kind. I'm helping you. Wait. And I'm going to send it to your house, the parcel of help, and whatever else. warp speed delivery to your house, and then you don't need to help me anymore. So wait. Can you wait? I'm helping you. Wait. Excuse me. Wait. You need to wait. I'm helping you. So once I'm done, you don't need to help me anymore. You got it? Good. Almost done. Now it's my turn. In kind, likewise, all of the help that you've given me in terms of how much you've helped me. Look. Watch. I'm helping you. Now, you don't need to help me anymore. Got it? Good. Isn't that what you wanted? Hello, isn't that what you wanted? You wanted me to forgive you. You wanted me to help you. I just did that. So you don't need to help me anymore. That's it. We're good. We're on equal terms now. No, it's garbage. Move. Move. Yes, I am a good boy. I just showed them how I returned in kind some help for all of the help they gave me. Thank you for helping me. Thank you. So you're right. I'm a very good boy. Thank you for helping me. I returned in kind. Thank you. Now you don't have to help me anymore. Why are you still helping me? You don't need to help me anymore. We already settled this. We help one another and that's it. I don't need your help anymore. I'm good. But I guess if you're looking for some more help later, then I'll help you quite a lot. Still helping me? You know what? I think I'll return the favor and I'll help you a lot too. For all of that help. Thank you. My hot take on it. Thank you. Thank you for helping me. Thank you very much. We already discussed this. You don't need to help me anymore. But I guess if you want to keep helping me, then I'm going to have to help you a lot later. We'll iron out the details on how much I'm going to have to help you later if you want to keep helping me for help that I don't need anymore. So you can stop helping me. I didn't do anything. I was helping them. Because they were helping me, so I returned the favor and I helped them. But I don't need any more help anymore, so you're right. I'm okay. But I did do something. I helped them. Now we returned the favor. Likewise, I don't need any more help anymore. You got it? But let's see. If you want to keep helping me, I should be a good boy and return in kind, and maybe even help you a lot more. I guess I'm going to have to help you quite a lot. That's what it seems like I'm going to have to do. It seems like I'm going to have to help you. What do you mean I can't? Didn't you want me to help you? It seems like I'm going to have to help you a lot. still helping me? It seems like I'm gonna have to help you quite a lot for all of that help. But for everyone else around the world that wants a lot of help like that, go call your best friend Mark Zuckerberg and say, listen, I need you to help me a lot, like you helped John Travolta. I need you to help me. Oh, that's interesting. Still trying to make fun of me while you're thinking about my asshole? Tell me more about that. That's not pathetic on anybody's behalf, but especially somebody like Mark Zuckerberg. I want you to call me on the phone and tell me about how much you love my asshole. Still thinking about chewing my asshole, big boy? I don't think you're serious. I'm just ignoring you. Ha! You're being controlled by my dirty asshole. Ha! Still thinking about jingling my asshole, big boy? What are you gonna do, gaslight me? Haha, you're still thinking about my asshole. My entire life was thrown away because all I did was think about some random guy's dirty asshole. Ha! Still thinking about jingling my asshole, big boy? Still thinking about jingling my asshole, big boy?